Welcome back, dear viewers, and you are still watching Cairo Local Time, and in this segment of our program we will talk about the recent developments related to coronavirus, especially with the spread of the new Omicron variant. We'll try to know more about it. How can we prevent ourselves from catching this disease? And today we are joined by Dr. Gamila Nasr. She is head of cardiology department, Suez Canal University, and General Secretary of Egyptian Society of Cardiology. Good afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
So, Dr. Gamila, let's begin by the new variant, the Omicron. How can we protect ourselves from this variant?
Really, I have good news for that. And
yes,
as we know that this variant is really less virulent, so it is not capable of doing much harm to the body, maybe less complications, as we can see, though it is vastly spread, and it is, have, a great capability to spread to many people.
And this is very strange.
Yes.
That it is spreading so quickly. This is not normal for flu diseases.
Let me tell you something that I think, in my point of view, this is the start of decay of the COVID.
The end?
Yes, this is the end. I think so. We are coming to the end of the problem.
I think this is the normal cycle
this is the normal
of the virus.
Cycle of any virus, as you can see.
Starting strong and then
yes,
decline.
It's decaying, and as we can see, when it's decaying, you can see that it's spread in a vast way, but actually it is less harmful, causing less, and as you can see that nowadays we have recognized less people having severe complications.
And death rates decrease.
And death rates, yes. This is, thanks God, it is decreasing.
Yes.
But I think we have to think very important thing, that we have to think the art of prevention, and we have the capability to change the style, the lifestyle modification. This is the message from this virus. I think this is very important. And
the lifestyle of people.
Lifestyle of people, because
yes,
it is the art of prevention. And I'll tell you honestly that, of course, that good news that 80% of chronic diseases can be prevented by changing our life. And lifestyle modification really is a very important step, as we know. And being a member of the European Society of Cardiology, it had an equation which is really very nice, and this is just how you can change your life by saying 035 140 530. What does that mean? If you want to stay healthy and have
good immunity,
good immunity all over your life, you have to stick to this equation. 0 stands for no tobacco. You have to be 0 for no stress. You should be very positive at everything. You should be
less sugar, of course.
Of course, no sugar. Yeah, 3, and the 3 coming for actually this is the exercise, and as we can see, this is the most important capsule of life. As you can see, you should exercise, and you should have some good exercise activity, because if you are exercising 30 minutes 4 times a week, this is amazing. For 150 minutes a week, of course, this will prevent 20 chronic diseases, and this is really very important. Let us go back to the equation, and 0 for, I've said no smoking. 3, you have to walk. 5, to have eat healthy. 5, to take 5 pieces of fruits and vegetables a day, and it's better to be of different colors. It will be very important to have different colors. In Egypt, as we can see, we have also to take ample amount of fish. If you are going to take 2 servings for fish twice a weekly, this will be very important. You will prevent the myocardial infarctions by 15%, and the stroke 18%. This is very important. Keep your blood pressure.
Can we take omega-3 if we can take fish 2 times a week? Can we take omega-3 as an alternative, or it is more advisable to eat fish itself?
No, in every way, it is more advisable to take the real food.
Source.
The source. This is very important. And come back to the equation. The 140 stands for the blood pressure. 53 stands for the lipid should be ample, and 0 look for avoidance of obesity and diabetes. This is the way you should.
And high blood pressure, of course.
And high blood pressure, it is in the center. As I've said, it's 140. This stands for the high blood pressure. 0 no tobacco. 3 walk. 5 healthy
Salt.
foods. 140 is for blood pressure, should be kept right. 5.3, the lipid profile. 0, no obesity, no diabetes. So I think this is the way you should think. We should get a lesson, a very important lesson from the COVID-19, as we can see that we have to adopt a healthy lifestyle.
Yes, because it is more severe with people who have chronic diseases. I'm talking about coronavirus.
Yes, of course. No, those having chronic diseases are more liable to need ventilations, to complications, to myocarditis, all forms of diabetes. Yes, of course.
And heart disease.
And heart disease. So that's why we have to urge for the vaccination, to take booster doses for those. Frequently asked questions that should we take the vaccination? And we said, yes, you should take the vaccination. And you should really, those having chronic diseases, it is advisable to take the vaccination.
And we were just talking that you have just taken the third dose now from the
I myself have taken the third booster dose of vaccination. So I think we should, encourage all people to do this.
Yes. So if we talk about how the hospitals is dealing now with coronavirus, do we have a flow, or now it is not as before, less hospitalizations?
I think I have to say very important issue that the government had really, played a major role, and we have seen that the Egyptian health system had coped very nicely.
Hasn't collapsed like many other health systems worldwide.
We're proud of that because, as we can see, the Egyptian healthcare system hadn't collapsed, and actually it stands very good and very efficiently in front of the COVID-19. And we've seen many countries all over the world from many continents that had collapsed, and thanks God in Egypt this has not happened. And we notice now actually in hospitals that there's a decreased rate of deaths to COVID, thanks God. So we have less hospitalized patients, we have less complicated patients, though we may have a lot of cases at home which is maybe having the disease, as we have said that it's spread in a vast way, though it is more or less less vigorous.
Yes. Do you think that the new Omicron variant is still it's still dangerous, and it can cause blood clottings and the things that we heard about in the first wave with the Delta variant, or these symptoms started to decline with the Omicron?
I think, as I have said from the start of this episode, that I think it is the start of decay, and I suppose
so maybe these severe.
This is, I think, by maybe mid of the year, maybe the year 2022, maybe we will witness a very important event that there is a decay of the corona. This is my vision. I think so. This will happen, but I think we have to keep up with the sanitary situation, the precautions in our country. We have to keep up with the lifestyle modification we had earned from the COVID era.
Throughout history, I think that we saw many pandemics, and they came and go and went, like 1918. So how did it come to an end at that time?
It took a long time, and as we can see that if you want such an epidemic to go down and to vanish, you have to be 60% or 70% of the population to be vaccinated.
So the only solution is vaccination.
Yes, the vaccination, as well as keeping the sanitary precautions, these, and to raise your immunity, and this is the very important item. Maybe some of the epidemics have taken 30 years to go out, to be away, for the continent to get rid of many smallpox, of the chicken poxes, as we know through the history. So measles, for example. So it's the history give us a lot of lessons about that.
Yeah.
So when I'm vaccinated, I am just, it is not only for me, but it is for the whole community. It's a favor for the community. So we should really adopt the vaccination, and should be, as well as having a lifestyle.
And do you think that the vaccination will work against the new variant? Omicron variant?
I'll tell you honestly that maybe there are some vaccinations different in its response to the variant. We don't know because, as we know, we are still in the we are trying. You know, even the protocols for management is even changing every time. So, I suppose you just keep your immunity. You just keep the your sanitary situation. Your mask is very important. Your this is very important, and I think that we have to adopt a healthy lifestyle. This is the only way that you can prevent complications.
Do you think that the new variant is airborne?
Yes, it could be airborne.
Omicron?
Yes, I think so, because you have known...
It's not like Delta variant?
No, I don't think so. I think it's airborne, and I think it's very widely spread.
That's why you should put the mask everywhere.
Yes, you should do the mask.
Can be in the air.
Yes, it could be everywhere, but take care.
Crowded places.
Of crowded places, you should keep a distance from your neighbor. As you can see, avoid kissing, avoid hugging. We should adopt this. This is very important.
Yes. So also, as a cardiologist, does coronavirus affect the heart and cause heart diseases? Have you noticed this in the past 2 years?
Definitely, because as we can see that maybe in 18% of those covered patients, you may have associated cardiac complications, and maybe it may really affect the right side of the heart mainly, and the right side mainly, as well as you can see it by the echocardiography, which is the non-invasive way to look at the heart, and then you can see that there are some complications. Maybe you have some myocarditis, affection of the muscle of the heart may be affected. It may be affected, weakening of the muscles. You can have thrombi. You can have right ventricular affection. Yes, you can find in 18% of the patients, maybe some of them, you can have some cardiac complications, and it's detected by echocardiography.
Finally, before ending this, tell us, how can we have a healthy heart muscle? Because I see that by age it gets weak. So what's your advice to people to maintain a healthy heart muscle?
Really, I have just to say, it is not getting weak, it's just getting sclerotic. It is becoming stiff, it is becoming aged.
Yes.
So
it's aging.
It's aging.
This is normal?
It's normal, and you can find changes in the heart regarding to the age, where you can have the valves sclerosed, you have degenerative valvular changes, you can have affecting of the diastolic function, which is the elastic recoil of the heart. This is affecting. So I have to say again, you have to lifestyle again. You have to eat. You have to avoid the fast foods. Please avoid the fast
food. It's dangerous.
Avoid
at all ages.
At all ages. You should avoid also salty foods. You should avoid the sugary foods, because I have to say, very important, that if you take a lot of sugar, this may have some endanger or decrease your immunity. So avoid sugar.
Causing inflammations.
Yes, we don't like that. We don't like that. So a lot of water. Please take a lot of fish, which is really very important. And yes, avoid you should adopt a lifestyle. You have to take a lot of fruits and vegetables. So I think you have to walk, please walk, because I'll tell you, very important.
Small walk will make a big difference.
Change everything. And obesity, of course. In Egypt, we have a big problem, because we are recognized as the fattest country in Africa, and this is very alarming, and should look for that. So we should walk. Really very important. And I'll tell you something very important. This affects the age and of the population, according to a Framingham Heart study. This is a very important study. It lasted for around 50 years or more, a lot of years, looking for the patients all over. They said, if you're obese at the age of 40, you will have 7 years less than the expected age to last. If you're overweight, 3 years. If you're obese and smoke, you will have 14 years less than the expected age of the same colleagues.
Yes. Finally, I'd like to thank you, Dr. Jamila, Head of Cardiology Department, Suez Canaan University, and General Secretary of Egyptian Society of Cardiology. Thank you again, Dr. Jamila Nasr, for being with us.
Thank you.
And the viewers, by that we come to the end of today's edition of Cairo Local Time. Thank you for watching.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.